Copying other people's content is not building a personal brand. Copying hooks, styles, and ideas is not making yourself unique. The creator economy is dead, and this is exactly how you can stand out. So this video is going to be all about how to make content that actually builds a cult fan base of super fans and how you can actually stick out from the crowd. Because right now there's so many people making content, everyone's copying each other, and this is going to be a detailed breakdown of why there's some creators that are able to succeed with whatever they do. They're able to create products and sell them. They're able to branch out from the crowd and make something completely different and still succeed. The problem is you don't stick out from the crowd and you want to build your own creator business, but you lack ideas on how to develop them. You lack ideas and don't know how to make it your own. So the question is, what makes you you? You need to understand that building a personal brand or creator business actually needs to be personal. You need to be unique. Otherwise, in the red ocean, which is the creator slash digital economy, you're in constant competition with others. And being yourself is the only way to thrive in a blue ocean. So let's get onto the first part of this video. So the real question is, what is your job as a creator? You've probably been completely brainwashed of what it really means to be a creator. Nowadays, most of the creators out there are just teaching other creators to make money by teaching them how to make money, and that's how they make money. Your job as a creator is to make a lasting change, is to make people's lives better. It's to allow them to undergo a transformation. So, as mentioned here, you want to make them achieve a desirable goal. The thing is, your audience has to fully understand the process and system you have built in order to get them to that end destination. And this is going to make more sense by the end of this video. Most creators try to give them the solution through how-to content or simply try to sell them on the solution right off the bat. You've probably seen videos where people are making content. This is how you do X, Y, and Z, buy my product. The problem is, your audience doesn't know why your product is valuable. Your audience doesn't even understand the usage of your product, and that's why they also don't understand why they would ever pay for it. In other words, your product is crystal clear for you in terms of the benefits, but not for them. In other words, you have to rise their level of awareness. If you picture yourself at the beginning of your journey, before you went through the valuable transformation that you have went through and that you're at now. For example, let's say your product is helping people to get fit. If you were at the beginning of your journey, you don't understand why creatine or why a certain supplement helps your fitness journey. You just want to you don't even know how to get fit. You don't even know the whole process. So you have to make your content relate to the beginning of your journey so you can catch people at the beginning of their journey and take them through this process. You have to put yourself in their shoes. So this is what I like to call the 5 levels of awareness. And this is what every single person that reaches your content needs to go through. They have to go through these 5 levels before they actually understand why your product is valuable and then end up buying it. So level 1 is unaware. This is the majority of your audience and the majority of what your content should be. This is targeting people who are completely unaware about the problem they need to solve. Now, some people tell you, okay, you need to build a niche. You need to catch people by the end of their buying cycle so they can buy right away. Meaning, let's say if you're helping someone get fit, you obviously want to catch people at a position where they know that they want to get fit, they know exactly what they need, and they're ready to invest and pay your product. Which is great. You can do that. The problem is you're missing out on 99% of other people that would love your product and would love your service, but they simply don't understand why being fit and healthy is even a transformation worth going through. So making content on showing people why you should get fit instead of showing them how to get fit is extremely important. And this content has the potential to go viral because it's extremely broad. It can relate to a lot of people. So at this stage, people are unaware of their problem and your offer, or just a general solution. And here's an example of a problem that a lot of people can relate to. Most people don't realize that they can build a personal brand, offer a product, and quit their 9 to 5 and live life on their own terms. Meaning, they don't understand that you can become an entrepreneur. You can just create your own products. They only know, okay, I just can either progress in my current job or get a new job in another 9 to 5. Meaning, they aren't solution aware at all. This is exactly why you want to write about the base problems in this first level. For example, you're not going to, this is where you want to make them aware of the problem and how it's impacting their life. And here's an example so you fully understand this. Don't talk about, hey, this is how you build a landing page for your offer. Because people, they don't even know what a landing page is. They don't know why they need it. Instead, talk about their miserable life at their 9 to 5 and that there's a better option. The difference between this and this is this one will get people not at the level 1 stage. This will get people maybe at level 4, where they understand there's a problem and the solution is building a personal brand and you have to do a landing page, all of that. Meaning it's cutting out a broad part of your audience. Whereas if you talk about this, a lot of people can relate and you catch them at the unaware level where they don't know that there's a better option than being in a 9 to 5. This targets the first level, meaning you have to educate, inform, and empathize with your readers/audience with the problem that they're facing. So, just to summarize level 1, you have to catch them at a stage where they're just completely unaware of the problem that's available. And this is how you can create your own customers over time and build initial trust. So now, level 2. So your audience understands that they have a problem now. They maybe watched a bit of your content, they understand, let's go back to the fitness example. They understand, okay, you're right, I'm pretty unhealthy, I'm out of breath when I walk up the stairs, I need to get fit. And they did this by watching your surface level content in level 1, where you talk about, hey, how does it feel when you walk up the stairs and you're out of breath? It sucks, right? And then they're like, oh yeah, it does suck. Now they're aware there's a problem. And they have gone through your short form content and understand they have a problem in their lives. And by short form content, I mean reels, tweets, community posts on YouTube, anything that is quite short and they can briefly go through. Now, at level 2, longer form content and free lead magnets with further education about this problem will be your best friend to take them further down the levels of awareness. Back to the fitness example. Hey, if you want to know how you can, get fit so you have more productivity and feel better in your day-to-day life, watch this YouTube video or download my lead magnet. People go through that and then they become even more aware of the problem and all of the downsides behind it, and also see the benefits of a solution, which is your solution. So, in general, your short form content can take them down the first to the third level, and after that, you have to use some sort of free lead magnet or long form content to bring them further down the awareness scale. So, don't be too in depth or too clever in your short form content, because people are just barely understanding the problem that they have and you can't dive in too much detail. This is what longer form content is for. So, level 3, solution aware. They watch a bit through your content and they now realize they have a painful problem and they are aware of a solution, but they don't know your solution exists. They don't understand how you can bring them from point A to point B. This is your job from here to make very clear call to actions in order for them to act. For example, watch my YouTube video, watch my lead magnet, buy my products, go to my landing pages. This is where you have to tell them, you have this problem, it's very painful, here are the benefits of a solution, click here if you want to find out my solution. And then you back it up with testimonials, whatever it might be. You have to make sure you do this. This is why the personal brands that do the most call to actions win, because they are getting more people to take that initial step. For example, some personal brands do daily emails or daily stories with a call to action. The more you do this and you make them act, the better you're going to be able to convert. So level 4, product aware. So this is where your audience is aware of your solution and also of other solutions. So your job from here is to separate yours and make it a better solution for them. And this is where you want to talk about benefits. Benefits, benefits, benefits. Talk about why yours is better than others, why this will relate more to them because of your experience, and just benefit-rich language is going to be a key component here that's going to separate you from all of your competition. And finally, level 5, fully aware. This is where they're fully educated about their problem and know everything about your solution. And now they need to be pushed over the edge. And you have 2 options of making this happen. You can continue to promote until they pull the trigger when the time is right. So people, will usually look on a product and go through it and be like, okay, this sounds cool. Then they will go off and do something else. And then if you promote it again, they'll see it again. Maybe this time they're a bit more warmed up. And then the third time, boom, they take action, they buy. So it's all about repetition and being consistent with this. So another way is to offer a limited time offer. So some sort of sale or implement some sort of scarcity. For example, the next 5 people will get X, Y, and Z as a bonus. And you want to make this sparingly. You want to do this sparingly because the more sparingly you do this, the more real it seems. And the more people will take action on this. If every month you've got some sort of sale, people will be like, look, I'm just going to wait till next month and I'll get the same sale. So you need to make this real. Now, to basically summarize all 5 levels of awareness, the more you educate your audience, the more customers you create. In this case, being a creator is all about creating customers. It's all about creating something from nothing. It's all about taking people that are ambitious and want to change their life, go through a transformation, take a problem that they're maybe not aware of, and build it up to this big thing that they can solve through realizing things, through understanding certain perspectives, and then basically transforming them to have the mindset that can solve it. So now that we're done with that, let's talk about what this video is actually about, which is the creator economy is dead, which is because of a lack of authenticity. So let's talk about the authenticity arc. Sure, you can grow a following by copying top performing ideas, but how loyal is your audience to you? And this brings us to level 4 of the product awareness. People are aware of your solution and others too. So there's always going to be competition, and your job is to be the most authentic and relate to your audience the most in order to capture that customer. So will your audience just jump to another creator that is making the same content? Being unique and telling your story and creating a unique perspective is what really matters. You typically attract the previous version of yourself that had the problems that you now solved. So think about yourself 5 years ago. Let's go to the fitness example. You're out of shape, you're dealing with all these problems. You're going to typically attract that type of customer because that was you 5 years ago, and that's why your stories and your perspective relates to that person, because that was a version of you. So this is why telling your story and your journey is extremely important. That is truly the only thing that makes you, you. Being relatable is your only method of persuasion. Your audience wants to feel understood, and you can do that through your content. So if we take, for example, brands like Coca-Cola or Apple, no one can relate to a $1 trillion company, but they can take celebrities, other people that they like, and use them as a vessel for their brands. That is why sponsorships is one of the main drivers for those big brands, because they need that personal connection to the people, to their audience. They need to connect to a person to be able to persuade their customers to buy. That's why as a personal brand, you are your own sponsor. You can show off the product and how it helps and all of that. So you need to understand that the more relatable you are to your audience, the more they will be able to be persuaded and actually buy from you. Now, the final message of this video is the consistency flywheel. Most people don't enjoy the fruits of their labor because they simply aren't consistent enough. They start, and then right before they begin to see traction, they give up and find a new method. And here's a simple fact: consistency starts with very low friction. Most people do the opposite, starting with super high production content only to be disappointed with low reach. And then they give up after a few weeks. So the key is to really make easy content to start and then ramp up the quality as time goes on. A big reason why people don't do this is because they're scared at the start. They're scared of negative feedback, so they want it to be perfect as kind of this, first step into the content creation world, and then because they have to keep up that level of quality, they give up. So the problem is that you always change your content strategy and never stick to what is authentically you. And obviously make too hard content to start with that you can actually keep up with. So that is it for this video. If you want to learn more about how to create content effectively, I suggest that you watch this video on my channel. It's just called How to Create Content Effectively. Now, if you want to learn how to build a vision around this, how to craft a vision for what your dream life will even look like, then I suggest going in the description and getting my completely free product. It's called the 10-Minute Vision. You can download it, you can go through it, you can build your vision board, build your goals for the future that you can eventually work towards. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.